question. Have you seen the stuff about banking in free throws, like that theory that, like, I think it's like a Taiwanese?
Yeah. I got I got enough problem. Everybody talks about different things to do. I think if your head is clear, you'll make free throws. And for the most part, I might invite all you here night before the next home game and watch us shoot free throws and make 90-some%. So, that's the big thing right now. What are we trying to correct? We looked at hours and hours of film in the last 2 days, and Malik's injury was a shame, or his illness. I mean, it really, not an excuse. It set us back, and I played him, and I think some of that was my fault, as I said to you. We're not shooting the ball real good. We're a little better. Not as good as I think we can shoot it. And I think for some guys it's affected their defense, or cutouts, or rebounding, And so we talked about not letting our offense affect. Our defense has been pretty good, but the rebounding part of it hasn't been. We're not cutting out, man. So those are the things we emphasized, and I wouldn't blame any fan, any media, or myself. I'm disappointed in how we played to a certain extent, but I'm also feel good that Tyson, I don't know how many were here early. I don't think he missed a shot today. And, I think he's fresh. Malik feels great. That's encouraging. And we can have some good practices, which we did today.
Tom, you talked about you want to make sure things would be more intense. How would you say the team responded to the intensity over the last couple
they were great. I mean, we came in at 7 this morning. It was a 2-a-day deal, so NCAA, write it off. But, it was, to have that today, I think was good. I think we had film session, walkthroughs. I thought we went pretty hard. You were here for most of the practice. I mean, I never saw Tyson shoot it better since I've been here. And, still got to do it in the game, but we got to take some steps, and that's a big step.
How are you seeing Jaden work through what he's going through? What have your conversations with him been like?
Yeah, Jaden is struggling, just like, I think Jaden and AJ, expectations were high for them with themselves. Not that other people put on them, that they put on themselves. And I think AJ had one of his best games the last game if you look at his all-around game. Jaden, we spent a lot of time after and the next day. And, like I said, there's not a better kid on my team than Jaden Hankey. Not a better student on my team than Jaden Hankey. And I think this summer one of the best shooters on my team was Jaden Hankey. So I don't have all the answers. I'm not a big fella upstairs. But I know this, he's working on it. Today he shot a little better. I think he's working on it morning, noon, and night. And just got to relax. And, I got to push him more maybe. He's got to make shots for us. That's his job. No, I don't know. I can't climb in there. I don't know. I mean, I think mechanically once in a while he doesn't get enough arch on the ball. But, he shot the ball for so long, so good, that I don't mess with his shot much, except just to tell him to shoot it with confidence, don't pass up shots. I think some of the things he did is he wanted to be able to put the ball on the floor more. And that's okay, but when he's coming off wide open, he doesn't need to put the ball on the floor, he needs to shoot the ball. And if you're not thinking shot, you usually don't shoot it as well.
The first couple games of the season, he had just huge rebounding numbers. And is that one of those ways he can get back into, does that translate at all to the other stuff?
Get to the free throw line, yeah. Michael Jordan used to say that. Steve Smith, if I had a bad night, I get fouled. He's got 7 or 8 free throws for the year, So, everybody's got to work through their things. And but I keep going back to, as I watch those games over and over and over, the other night I watched them over and over and over and over. We're not that far off. We're not playing as good as I want to. Everybody that's disappointed, they ain't half as disappointed as I am. But I still believe in this team because I believe in what I saw all summer, what I saw last year. And how do you shoot half of what you shot last year, either from the free throw line or the three-point line? And when you worked your tail off all summer, so I still believe in that'll come out.
When you look back, how much do you believe kind of being 50%, 70%?
Guys, now that it's over, I'll tell you, he came in the day before. We let him in the building. His fever was so high and everything. And then that was Saturday night. Then Sunday, came in for a minute, we sent him home. Then Monday, I thought for sure he'd be better. He came in at about 9:30 to get looked at, and he more or less said, I can't go. And I had a fever of 101, and told him Michael Jordan had a fever of 104. But the problem is he hadn't practiced since Thursday or Friday, whenever that. He'd been out since Friday. And then at 1 o'clock, he said, I'm going to try to go through a walkthrough. So he did a little bit, and then like adrenaline gets going, and I figured, we needed him at that position, but he wasn't 40%. I mean, he did some decent things to try to help, but and he did, and I commend him for that. But you don't miss 5 days of practice on a prep team like Wisconsin, and try to get it done in an hour film session after pregame meal. So that's the truth on him.
Especially a blue guy like that on your defense. I mean, like everybody else around him needs him to be
right. And he needs to see everything, and that's what you do when you have practices. But he didn't get to see anything. He never went through one practice. So that, and the other good news is I think you probably saw Jackson moving around. He's now allowed to do some drills. He can't do any live stuff. By next week, we think he'll be able to do live stuff because his progress is going pretty good.
So you think that he can get around Christmas?
Yeah, maybe even before.
Tom, Miss Lanita's been bringing those home-baked cookies since Judge Heathcliff has been around. She's here today. What does it mean to have her come in and share some of that love?
We got some people that have been around since the Judd days. Come to think of it, I'm one of them. But I think it's awesome. We have people that unfortunately bring in too many cookies, so I got to stay away from that route. But Lanita's been one of our favorites, whether it be on road trips or this, and we're very grateful.
Tom, way back in your early days, you used to say to get the offense going, they have to start from defense first. Your defense has been pretty good, but if the defense gets better, can that help guys on offense? Help guys clear it up a little bit?
Guys, if you saw the first 4 shots we missed in the game. Okay, this is how basketball works. Give Wisconsin a lot of credit. But number 2 was 6 for 28 from the field, from the 3. He goes 4 of 6 from NBA range. The big guy was 3 of 7 for the year. That means between the two of them, they made 9 free throws or threes in 8 games. And they made 8 of 10 in our game. And when you do that, you feel better about yourself. I mean, you can take any player except me. When I played, I know I couldn't shoot, so it didn't affect me if I didn't make a shot. But 90, Tum Tum's the other one. 90% of the guys, if they're making shots, they feel better, and you're going to play better defensively. I don't think it's hurt us as much on our defense, but I do think it's hurt us on the focus of our rebound. Yeah, and how we worked through that, we just did today and tried to say, we just don't care about our shooting. I know you're working on it. They're in here every day. They're in here every night. And I can't say that in all my years I've seen anything like it. Because those first 4 shots, Tyson had 2 with nobody within 10 feet of him. And Jaden had 1.5 with nobody within 10 feet of him. And make those 2, make those 4, make 3 out of 4, make 2 out of 4. It changes the game. But it's happened to us, and it's been 8 games, so we can't worry about it. We can't cry about it. We just got to get it done a different way.
You've had some games in Nebraska where the ball went in, some friendly rims down there in Nebraska, hoping maybe that ends up being the place.
I think that place will be hopping. As you know, they've been playing pretty well, and lost one tough game. And last night, they looked really good to me the first half, 3 quarters, and then didn't finish as well. But Fred's got a good team. He's got some good players on that team and runs a lot of good stuff. So we're going to have to be at our best to win on the road. You guys have been down there. It's a place that hops no matter what they are.
With their schedule, Tom, is there a little mystery, I guess, in terms of how good do you think maybe they are? Do you have a good idea?
They haven't played, up until Creighton. And that was a closer game. In the second half, it just got away. The Creighton's done that to a few people. And then the Minnesota game was so interesting because I thought they played, they're up 10, 12, 15, I think, and looking really good. And all of a sudden they didn't. So, yeah, a little bit of a mystery, but I think we're all mystery right now. We just went through another night where there were 4 upsets of ranked teams. I mean, it just seems to be a part of the daily news.
Coming out is struggling a little bit from 3, but do you kind of, because of his history, do you kind of
Oh, yeah.
keep him your eyes?
Yeah, because it doesn't bother him either. If he doesn't make any, he's going to still shoot it. And I mean that complimentary. He doesn't let that bother him. And we got some film up there early in the year when he made some shots. He had a couple games like last night. I don't think he made one, and maybe one. And yet he's had some big games, and we know what he's done like in the future. But that's a great example. Here the kid shoot, I think 29 or something %. Kid shoots as good as anybody I know. Things happen.
He's shooting almost 50 other guys.
Yeah, no